Hello everyone, my name is Bree and welcome to Document the Journey. Today we are doing Create December. If you haven't started Create December, don't worry about it. You should jump right in where you are right now, or you can backtrack if you want. It's really up to you, but it's supposed to be no pressure. It's supposed to be a lot of fun. In this video, you're going to see me play catch up. I just started on the 6th, so I'm backtracking, and it's going to be a lot of me just shuffling papers and more of a quiet situation, and I might pop in here and there when the music starts just to say hi. So I'm almost caught up. I am finishing up day 4 and 5. Day 5 is going to be that light sticker that I just put down. It's actually a garland with twinkle lights on it. Day 4 is family, so I'm adding that number 4 and I'm going to write family above it. It took me about 30 minutes to get caught up like this. No, I haven't journaled, but at least my pages are prepped and I'm ready to go. Here's where I'm going to get a little fancy. I'm going to fussy cut out that little tag of a Christmas tree. I am on, I don't know what day this is, but I'm on the day of the Christmas tree. And so what I was thinking about doing is sketching out a tree, but then I decided I don't need to sketch that tree. I can just paint it. So I am painting in a Christmas tree. And after I actually finished painting this, I thought to myself, why didn't you paint a palm tree Christmas tree? Regardless, I painted the tree, and I am going to slap that down on the tree paper and then call that one done. I kind of wait till it dries a little bit, but I really like that. I like adding a little bit of watercolor to my pages. It's a new day, and I am starting with a little elf sketch. This is day 8, and I noticed that halfway through drawing my elf, the lighting was just really harsh. So I took a minute and I moved my spot, and I think that's a little better. Man, working outside is really difficult to get some great lighting. That is something that I truly miss about Colorado and my home in Colorado. It was just the windows. That place had one window, and I stuck my desk right underneath that window, and I had a jolly old time recording videos. And now I have a hard time finding a place to record, and most of the time I end up going outside, and you can't always count on the sun here in Florida. It's hot, but you can't always count on the sun. Anyway, I am using my ballpoint pen like I do, and I am filling in this little elf guy, gnome. He's probably a gnome, but I drew him for an elf, so you do you, and I'm going to do me. Again, these prompts are there for you to use, not to be a strict situation, but, whatever your little heart desires, you do. If you bunny trail to something else, then do it. I mean, I'm still going to share it if you post it on Instagram. By the way, we're using the hashtag CreateDEC2022. If you haven't posted anything, or if you haven't been using that hashtag, please do so. It's a lot of fun, and I like to share all the little creations in my stories. as you can see, the sun is just rolling in at this point, and we're rolling with it. So I'm just painting this guy up. I think this sheet of paper is the 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. It is taking the watercolor really well. This is a granulating color, so it is just running across the page and doing its thing. I just love watercolor. I love watercolor on this type of paper. The watercolor that I'm using, if you have noticed, this little desk palette, I absolutely love it. It is by the lovely Kat Riles. She is someone that I talk about a lot, but she has created these wood palettes, and I'm rather in love. It is so nice to be able to just dip my paintbrush and move my paintbrush around and not feel like it's scraping on the metal of the metal pans that I used to use. And I have the same amount of colors, actually even more than I'm used to, and it's just really nice. I filled up this little pan, this little wood palette with my patrons, and it was like the longest, chattiest video, and it was such a great time because I don't think that I've actually curated a palette in probably like 3 or 4 years. I haven't done that since I got the art toolkit, and so this was really fun to do. It was also a challenge. I would say that there is one color in this palette that I don't really care for, and that is the bone color, the whitish color. I don't technically need that, but I did use it today. I used it in his little like cheeks and skin tone, just to pretty much dull down the watercolor anyway, and that's really what that color does. It literally just makes everything look a little bit more muddy. So granted, I'm into the muddy colors, so I can rock it, but I wouldn't suggest it in everyone's palette. I actually would not suggest any white in anyone's palette. If you're going to put a white in your palette, it might as well just be a gouache. And the reason I say that is because why muddy up your colors if you don't like that look? And the white gouache will just be an opaque situation for you. And so it just can work well in many different situations. If you mix it with the watercolor, it can turn it into more of an opaque color. Or if you use it by itself, it will actually be a highlight. I always find it kind of interesting that when I look back on this footage, I think of all the decisions that I was making when I was creating this. But if I think back about what I was thinking about or what I was doing, I don't feel decision fatigue like you would think I would. I made a lot of decisions, meaning what color choices I was going to choose, what saturation, where I was going to apply the shadows, and all these things. And after I'm done, I don't necessarily feel fatigued. I feel really good. And I feel like that's what art does for you. They talk about art and mental health and all of these kinds of things, and we're going into a really heavy time right now. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves as moms, as parents, as individuals who celebrate Christmas or celebrate some sort of holiday. There's a lot that goes into that, and I'm thankful for Create December right now. It has taken me outside of my space and made me very, very happy. And when I go back, this is kind of why I do these types of journals, because when I go back, I may not remember exactly what was going on in that time, but I remember how this painting of this little elf, this little gnome, made me so happy. So I suggest you try it. If you're struggling today, just put your paintbrush to your paper or your pen to your paper. Who knows what it'll look like, but in the end, it's about the fun that you had while doing it, not about necessarily the outcome. Alright, so I wanted to do a little flip through. I have been kind of running from the sun out here. But this is, I haven't done the cover yet. I will figure something out. I do have a sticker that I want to add to the front. And I was thinking this gnome, this is actually a Patreon reward for December. So I was thinking about adding that somehow to the front. I also have this. This was a few years ago. And it's totally Christmas with the mistletoe, but maybe some other time. Somehow add the gnome here. I don't know, maybe even this too. And then come up with like a little sticker to go here and do my clusters of 3. Man, that takes me back to when I used to collage these. That's not a bad idea. I will think on that some more. I like the idea of collaging it. I just need to come up with some, I like to add a strip of paper to the front of here, and maybe some like wrapping paper down here that's torn, and then having that cluster of 3. Okay, anyway, so this is my flip through. This is a gnome that I have in the shop right now. I think it was last year's or the year before. I even have a washi sticker sheet. And do I have vinyls? I think I might have vinyls as well. Threw down some washi. This is just the first decorative page. I have number 1, tradition, number 2, ornaments. I just used a whole scrapbook page for ornaments. I said, why not? And then traditions, I just journaled on that. I use these stickers. These are from my winter sticker sheet. And this was the sticker I was thinking about printing on the front, but maybe I have a different berries one I can put on the front. Mistletoe is the next prompt for day 3. Day 4 is family. I want to put a family photo here, and I want to do some journaling. So I've left this space blank. 5 is light. All I did was add a sticker that has lights on it. I put this little tab here that says Christmas memories, and then on the back here it is day 6, which is tree. Day 7 is snowflake, and I did some journaling pretty much about how we live in Florida now and we're not going to get snow. This is day 8, so the elf you saw me sketch up and draw. I have day 9, which is hope. Then I have day 10 and day 11. Day 10 is candy cane. I just haven't done anything with that yet, but the spread is put together. It was pretty simple. And then day 11 is gingerbread men, or gingerbread people, as my daughter likes to say. She made a girl and my son made a boy. And I thought that was a good addition to the page. I always like to add my kids' art in there. But that is the last page that I did. in my notebook so far. I am really excited to continue on, and I will have a video for you next Sunday on the rest of this notebook filled up. It's all loose, so that way I can work on it loosely, and then I will bind it at the end. So I hope that you are all enjoying Create December. Are you participating? Let me know down below. If you are, we are using the hashtag CreateDEC2022, and I am loving all the posts on Instagram. I am sharing them in my stories, and I love seeing what you all come up with because you are so creative. Again, this isn't like a drawing challenge. This is do whatever you want, create those memories, get down those ideas, and I don't know, just have fun. So until next time, everybody, I'll see ya.